COVID-19, I would have looked at a data repository from Johns Hopkins and taking that raw data, which you would see here if you look in the file. This is how Power BI would look. It's a free download from Microsoft. Once you download it, you could pull in data from different sources. So over here, if you look, you will see I would have pulled in the raw information here. This is the data sheet on the right. And looked at the data here, about 53,000 rows. And then I would have run some analysis on that. And then I further would have built something called a Pareto model to analyze the data. So based on the model built, this is one of the reports that I would have generated. And there would be other reports to look at. Once the report's built, I would have exported or uploaded that data to my Power BI web location. And then from there, I would have created an external link to my website. So ultimately, if we go to my website here, you will see where we loaded the model. So it's going to connect to BI samples, and the model will load here in the file. And from here, we just need to expand out the model here at the bottom. So looking at the report here from Power BI, what we see is that as at the 2nd of November, there were 46.8 million confirmed cases worldwide, and 14.3 million of those cases were active. What I did not see on a lot of the international websites was a breakout of those active cases on a Pareto basis. So that's why I would have built this chart to look at where the concentrations of COVID was by country. And if you look at it here, I did a top 10 analysis. We could always change it here to top 11 or top 12. So we're going to type 12 here, for example. And what we'll see here is these are the top 12 countries in the world, accounting for 81.6% overall of active COVID cases. So if you look here, the largest active set of cases for COVID in the world is in the US actually. So almost 4 million of the 14.3 million cases, more than a third of the cases, active cases of COVID, are actually accounted for by the US. And then in Europe, we have France, Spain, United Kingdom would be the next set of countries with the highest number of cases of COVID, followed by India, etc. So this is significant. I mean, it would imply that if you're not taking the preventative steps, the appropriate preventative steps, then your country could very easily become overburdened by cases of COVID. So I did just my little summary commentary here to interpret the chart. If we go to the next chart, it actually shows the rate of growth for active cases, and this chart shows the overall rate of growth worldwide. So there is it worldwide or just for the US? I think this is for the US. I'm just gonna take it back. Worldwide, we see that there is still upward growth in the rate. There are some ups, some downs, but the general trend is a positive one in terms of growth rates for COVID at November 2nd. that number of active cases was still increasing day on day by 0.5%. If we look at the US, we will notice that there is clearly an upward trend here, and the rate of increase in COVID is still increasing just by about 0.7% day over day on November 2nd relative to the 1st. If we compare that to our country, Trinidad and Tobago, Trinidad is actually showing a downward trend in the rate of growth in COVID, which would imply that the public health burden should be declining based on the number of cases. So we only have about 708 cases now of COVID active. Earlier in September, the beginning of September, we had over 1,000, nearly 1,100 active cases. All right. So this is going to take that off. This will give us the worldwide trend. So we could change the period being examined by just dragging the slicer here using Power BI.